Welcome back to another episode of Cougar TV. I'm Eliza Lauritsen.
And I'm Caitlin Deo. A few of our art students were recently honored with some of the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards.
Devin Bigno was awarded a gold key and a silver key, Meadow Langerich received a gold key, and Jesse Weeks received an honorable mention.
Their work is currently on display at the Denver Art Museum in the 40 West Gallery, with the ceremony being held on Saturday, February 17th. For free adult passes to see the show, stop by the art department.
In other news, the band is growing, and Miss Kincaid is offering a new opportunity for students to join in on all of the fun.
Have you ever wished you could play an instrument but thought it was too late to learn? Or maybe you used to play an instrument but it would have been a long time.
Well, now is your chance to join the award-winning Cougar Band family. You can sign up for our new concert beginning band. You don't need any prior experience, and students can even use school-owned instruments.
Drop by the band room before or after school to speak with Miss Kincaid if you are interested or have any questions.
Anyways, let's go to the weather for this week.
You know, I heard that the house built by Coronado's very own construction class is finally finished. I wonder how everything was put together.
Luckily, everyone involved had Mr. Kasten, the construction teacher, to make the building experience fun and enjoyable.
Let's take a look. The house that you drive by every day in the parking lot is finally finished and has been sold. The teacher organizing this project is Mr. Kasten.
No, I came full circle and became a construction teacher, so this construction trade, took me to a career that I enjoyed and went on, and other students can too if they choose to do so and earn a good living as, construction worker. I was approached after I got laid off as an engineer to start a construction program at Coronado, and the CTE director at the time had mentioned the home build with the Home Builders Association, so I applied for the job, got the job, and then started a program 5 years ago and started to build a house a year later. It just gives them another avenue to work on after school, whether they want to go into construction business as a plumber, electrical, carpenter, or whatever. If they don't want to, they don't have to, but it gives them something that they can work on and have a skill the rest of their life. I don't know so much it's a volunteer. They sign up for the class, which can be 4 years long if they choose to take the class for 4 years.
If you are interested in helping with the next house project, consider joining construction as a class next year.
It's great that we have teachers here at Coronado who are willing to invest so much into our students and the community.
Not to mention following their own passion of helping and inspiring others. Oh my goodness, Eliza, do you remember what happened when we were filming last week?
Oh yeah, that was wild. You guys don't really know what goes on behind the scenes here.
Yeah, you're right. At Cougar TV, we definitely put a lot of work into making our episodes for you to see, but it's also a lot of fun. We talked to some of our Cougar TV members and Mr. Phillipson to learn about what goes on in the depths of the tech building.
You've all seen the finished production of Cougar TV, but have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes? Today we're going to look at some of the most fun, the most interesting, and the hardest parts of the production that we make for Coronado every week.
The two things I think about that are the most fun are when, number one, we do things together. So like filming introductions is fun because that's something that we're all involved in.
I think my favorite part is it's just a good break of my normal day. So you have all the normal classes like math and it's all boring, and then you come to Cougar TV, you never know what to expect. It's just a different story, different event every day.
My favorite part about being in Cougar TV is I get to use my experience with film and use my creative expression and really express it not only within the videos that I make, but within the class with my friends. So this class has taught me how to storyboard, how to write, and I've gone from just being a guy with a camera to being able to write something with meaning behind it, tell a story, draw up a story so I can convey that to other people and direct. And it's taught me in front of the camera and behind the camera as well.
I think so far what I've kind of experienced is that you can still have a fun day, have a fun Cougar TV period or whatever, and still make something really professional and good. So the hard things can also be fun, is what I've learned.
So we have two different teams, and every week we alternate weeks creating episodes, red and gold team. And you have an executive producer, which makes the episode holistically, but then you also have little groups within those that make the individual pieces. And then we film anchor, and the executive producer puts it together, and then we have a managing producer which manages the whole episode and makes sure everyone's getting their pieces in on time and everything is correct. And then we go through peer review process to make sure that our pieces are good. We give feedback, good, honest feedback, and that's how we go through the process.
If you want to be in Cougar TV, if you're an underclassman, it's really simple. On your course registration in the spring, look for Video 1 and Video 2 and sign up for them. If you're a senior, I do make some exceptions for seniors because they're kind of running out of time. And with instructor approval, I will allow a handful of seniors usually to join Cougar TV upon checking some references and things to make sure that they are students who are focused and organized and are going to be go-getters in the class who can, work without being checked on every 5 minutes.
Definitely do it. Definitely know what you're getting into because it's a wild ride. A fun but wild ride. Cougar Nation!
Cougar Nation!
Yeah!
I'm so glad we'll be a part of this production for another 2 years.
Totally. And remember to talk to your counselor or Mr. P if you want to be part of Coronado's weekly program. Man, I love going to Coronado games. The student section is always so hype.
Yeah, our cheer team does a great job encouraging the crowd.
I wish I knew more about them.
Well, thankfully, we interviewed some of our Coronado cheerleaders and coaches to learn more.
Over the past couple of years, the Coronado cheer team has faced a lot of changes, so we took some time to focus on how adaptable they've been recently and where they'll be going next.
Comparing it to last season, we're coming in with 2 coaches this year. That's kind of been rough, but honestly, this year it's a lot better. We're growing our cheer program insanely fast, and I think that we're all just, maturing into the group that we all want to be.
I would say getting new coaches every year has definitely changed the team a lot because we had to adapt to the coaches and the coaches had to adapt to us. So it was a big change with that, and then a lot of the returners had to help the girls. So it was just adapting to new environments, I guess.
Started coaching here in 2006. We coached here for 9 years, 10 years. We certainly didn't think we'd be coming back to coach now, but there was a need.
Yeah.
So here we are. How many years has that been then?
I don't know. A long time.
A long time.
I can't do that math.
They were coaches here before, so they knew how things worked at football games and basketball games, so they were really there to prepare us for those games.
We met the cheer team, and then the next day we were at the football game. So we had to kind of jump in, just kind of cold, and see where they were at skill-wise, and go from there basically.
But now we have a great coaching staff, and the football season went much smoother now that we got new coaches. We ended up performing at halftime at homecoming, so it's been a lot better.
The girls have done an amazing job. They have grown a lot since just the middle of football season when we brought them, when we came in, September.
I know we were trying to do some more fundraisers this year for the girls next year, so that way they can go to camp.
Next year, there's going to be a lot more set rules. There's going to be a lot more participation on the athlete side. I didn't think I was good enough for it, but then I joined and it became a huge part of my life. So I think you should just try it out even if you're not sure about it.
Man, the cheer team really does a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, they sure do. You can catch them at all of the upcoming basketball games.
Speaking of sports, let's check out how our teams have been doing this week.
All right, Cougars. Boys basketball won against Canyon City 48-45, and girls lost 25-58. Great job to girls swim at state and boys wrestling at regionals. Great job, Cougars.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
I've lived in Colorado Springs my whole life, but I hardly know anything about the city.
What a wonderful coincidence. Simon and Romelli just went around town to tell us some interesting facts about Colorado Springs.
I've lived in Colorado Springs my entire life, and I know quite a bit about my own city, but I don't know everything. So I decided to do some research and head out to town to find some of the more unknown fun facts about the city. Here's what I found. Colorado Springs is famous for being the home of Nikola Tesla's secret experimental laboratory. It was located in the Nob Hill area, and it was operational between May 1899 and January 1900. and in it, there stood the largest Tesla coil ever created. Now that's pretty shocking if you ask me. One of my favorite things about living in Colorado Springs is the wonderful tap water. However, not all tap water is created equal here. As it turns out, if you live on the south side of the water treatment plant behind Coronado, then your tap water comes from snowmelt from the top of Pikes Peak. However, if you live on the north side, then your tap water gets pumped in from over 100 miles away at Dillon Reservoir. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo is Colorado Springs' only zoo at the moment. It's also the only mountain zoo in North America. However, there was a zoo before Cheyenne Mountain. Right behind me here is just a normal neighborhood. But from the years of 1906 to 1915, there was a zoo park here. It was owned by a Chicago politician known for fraud named John Coughlin. His zoo was pretty successful. However, in 1915, rival gangsters in Chicago kept stealing Coughlin's income, and he was no longer able to financially support the zoo. That's pretty interesting. The Broadmoor is probably the fanciest hotel in Colorado Springs, and if you've ever taken a look at the logo, you'll notice that the A is a lot smaller than the other letters. The real reason behind that is because it's a stab at the Antlers Hotel, because in the 1960s, the Broadmoor and Antlers had some beef. Pretty cool. As Colorado Springs residents, we're exposed to a lot of background radiation. Between the low atmosphere caused by the high elevation and NORAD just south of the city, we're exposed to about 500 to 600 millirems of radiation every single year, which is kind of like getting 3 X-rays every single day. The hit song America the Beautiful was written in 1985 by Catherine Lee Bates, and interestingly enough, it was based off of our very own Pikes Peak. Wow, talk about a Purple Mountain majesty. Well, we've had a lot of fun learning about some of the more unknown facts about Colorado Springs. It really goes to show how you can live your entire life in a place and there's still more to learn. That's great.
It's really fun to learn more about the place we call home.
Yep, I definitely feel more connected to my hometown now.
We've got one final congratulations to send out to our advanced acting class, who took home first place at the Pikes Peak Region 1 Act Competition with their performance of Dinner with the McGuffins, and Zach Teeter taking home the Best Actor Award.
If you would like to catch this award-winning show, the CTD Night of One Acts is February 28th at 6:30 p.m. with free admission.
Well, that's it for this episode of Cougar TV. I'm Eliza Lauritsen.
And I'm Caitlin Deo.
Stay classy, Coronado!
Yay! Yeah!
We can zoom in on my face again because I realized I just made a face at the end. Okay, so. Yeah.